Right, this is going from a different bit now. This isn't following on anymore because my Skype box decided to fuck up on me, so.
Just a little bit earlier on today that was the working assumption, and understandably so. But as I was mentioning, the police have been very keen to move members of the public out of the area quickly. We saw pictures from the cameraman with our reporter, Catherine, just a few minutes ago, moving forward with hands on heads, whether or not they were told to do that by police or until they've done that to try and protect themselves seems rather unclear. What we've also had throughout the evening are reports that the police have been entering bars, restaurants in the area and asking people, well, telling them to get out and to get away just as quickly as possible. We have some footage that was sent that we've taken from a Twitter user at Yatesy17. Have a look at this, but first I will apologise. When we previously ran this, there was some bad language at the end, for which we are very sorry indeed. Let's have a look.
Oh, mate, I'd shit myself. Did you hear that? I swear they said northern cunts or something like that. Hang on. Right, let's just rewind that quickly. No, but I didn't know if he said northern cunts or Muslim cunts. Right, hang on. Yeah, fucking Muslim cunts. Oh, God. That's nasty.
Quite been removed as promised. Let's speak once again to defence correspondent Alistair Bronco. Now, Alistair, I keep reiterating this because this is a developing story, conflicting report. We do not know, even from the Metropolitan Police account, they say shots were fired in Borough Market. We do not yet have confirmation that they were the ones that fired them, a witness telling them that that is the case. It may well be that this incident does not involve anything other than police gunfire, but
it's on my side.
Your experience is there are guns on the streets of London. People do have access to weapons, significantly dangerous weapons, up and down the United Kingdom.
Right, get your hand out the camera.
In this incident, first, from what we know, we've heard of multiple stabbings, reports of multiple stabbings.
One second, Alistair. I'm so sorry to interrupt you again. We have a statement from the Prime Minister which reads this. Following updates from police and security officials, I can confirm that the terrible incident in London is being treated, as we said, as a potential act of terrorism. As she continues, this is a fast-moving investigation. I want to express my huge gratitude to the police and emergency services who are on the scene. Our thoughts are with those who are caught up in these dreadful events. Sorry, Alistair, to continue.
So taking what we know...
Apparently 5 people have died.
And from officials,
we heard that somewhere, but I've not heard it on the news yet.
Stabbings. We haven't had reports of people suffering gunshot wounds, but we have had reports and confirmation that gunshots were fired. As you quite rightly say, we don't know whether those were gunshots fired by an armed police response team, or those shots were fired by...
Look at him just riding his bicycle like...
So we're yet to find that out. What I would say, from my knowledge of the way that the police response teams work, is that they would have fired on any attackers, whether or not they were armed with guns or not, if they believed they were posing an immediate threat to the lives of any members of the public in and around that area. As to the wider context to gun crime in the United Kingdom, the security services have been pretty successful in containing gun crime in London and other urban areas. And there are a number of reasons for that. The Met Police operate something called Operation Trident. It was launched in 1998. It is specifically to target gun crime in the UK and in London, and it has had a great deal of success in areas of sort of underground crime, if you like, as opposed to terrorism. Britain does benefit from the fact that it is an island, and so smuggling weapons, smuggling guns and arms over to the UK is harder than it is in mainland Europe. So we've seen a number of terrorist attacks on the mainland, on continental Europe that have involved AK-47s and other arms that have come either from Eastern Europe, from the Balkans, which are still awash with arms from the conflicts there, or from slightly further afield and from the Middle East. It is easier to move them around Europe for a number of reasons.
I am sorry if this is a bit shaky, peeps. I haven't had sleep for 3 days, so I'm doing the best I can.
To get them into the UK, and that is why the UK security services have had success in reducing gun crime on the streets of, for example...
Oh, so they can keep guns out of the country, but they can't keep people coming back from Syria out of the country.
As you say, we do not have confirmation whether it's
Fucking useless people.
or by attackers.
But in terms of the attack, and having heard from the Prime Minister that this is being treated as an act of terrorism, frankly, we don't tend to hear that from the Prime Minister unless the information that she is receiving suggests very strongly that to be the case. And everything that we've seen this evening would seem to suggest that this is a terrorist attack. It's the evolution in the tactics that are being used, the idea that a car and a knife can be as effective in bringing to a halt.
I don't know why I can't see the bottom.
Of the capital. That does seem to those of us who've grown up with the threat of terrorist attack on the UK mainland to be such a change from what we expected when we hear the words terrorist attack.
Yeah, there are two things that still are outstanding in this event for me. First is the reports of multiple attackers, not just a single attacker. So in the terrorist attacks we've seen recently in Europe and also in the Westminster attack, both of which used vehicles as a weapon, they were single individuals who were carrying out those attacks.
See if we can zoom in a bit. There we go.
And again, there are more than reports, but reports that there were a number of people, as many as 3 people, involved in tonight's incident. And secondly, the thing that is outstanding for me is that we have no reports thus far that they have died at the scene, for example. So
the thing you read online must have been untrue.
And the urgency amongst the police in pushing back cordons and the way that they have been speaking to people in and around the vicinity. And don't take it personally, these are not moments to be soft. They have to be tough, they have to shout, they have to be brutal in order to get people back. That is what they're trained to do. But it indicates a sense that this is an ongoing situation rather than the situation that has concluded and is now into a sort of a recovery stage.
Well, let's put that point, Alistair, shall we, to our reporter, Sarah Hadji-Bagheri, who's in central London for us this evening. So tell us exactly where you are and whether what you are seeing would chime with that which Alistair was saying, that this does appear to be an ongoing operation.
It's definitely an ongoing operation. I'm on Southwark Street on the south side of the river. I come from North London, and I have to say that huge swathes of central London are closed off. Several